On the stream.
On the stream, yeah. I just all right. So here we go, guys. Finally, after how long? Like 15 minutes of trying, we have Eery spawning as the blue Egyptians in the bottom left, and we have StriKeR as the red Celts in the top right of Treasure Island. So let's say you were Egypt here, Recon. How would you play out this match?
I mean, first of all, I definitely wouldn't open with a Rex, but this is Eerie, so it's probably going to happen. And
I
then,
think it's
I don't
happening,
know.
yeah. I think it is happening, actually. And he's
After that,
getting
I guess
lucky. Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead, please.
just like I go for a bunch of Axemen as usual. I mean, Eerie's going to go Rex spam with Priestess, right? Almost certainly.
Yeah. How do you feel about getting hunting dogs in the early game?
Mm, I don't really do it, but Zertan said recently it's good, so I don't know.
Yeah, and there's the barracks by Eery. Before he even gets the wood storehouse, he's even putting two villagers on the barracks, surprisingly enough. While on the other side of the map, StriKeR has his barracks almost done already. Wow, these guys really like that early aggression, huh? Yeah, and there's the first spearman.
Yeah, for a second, I thought that Ares Hunt Stars was for stone.
Yeah, yeah, he got pretty lucky with a stone spawn, assuming he doesn't get knocked off the hunt.
I've actually never seen that. He could just get town center stone with that stone mine. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Here comes the first spearman by StriKeR, and here's the first spearman by Eery. These guys just completely passing each other. Not Eery's. You know what? This is crazy. Eery is not even sending his spearman to defend. He's attacking the Celt player with his Egyptian spearman. Yeah, but here's the priestess to heal. Very nice. He rallies back the spearman, so it's all good.
The Celt spears are fast, right? So you kind of
They
have to be
are.
careful.
Yeah, they only have 10 less HP, but they have a lot more damage. They have 20% more damage.
Yeah,
But
they're a lot better than the Egyptian ones.
yeah, but the thing is, Eery has access to the priestess for healing, and these wolves are actually doing a significant amount of damage to StriKeR's spearman. One of them is almost half dead already just from the wolves. But Eery is starting to run out of food on this deer patch, so he needs to think about getting a second food source. While
That
StriKeR's
ran out really
already,
fast.
yeah, I mean, he does have some fresh deer still, but yeah. And he's defending the spearman rush quite nicely. And here's the scout, and he's microing the scout on the weak spearman. I think that's next one. Yeah, this next hit.
Was it a bit of a mistake from Eerie not harassing the first spearman with his scout?
Yeah, I mean, his scout is almost like less than half HP, so I wonder if it was attacking the spearman. It was probably bad observing by me.
Okay.
Yeah,
He could have gone through the town center as well. I don't really know.
yeah, it's true. But every hit from these spearmen does about 9 damage to the scout. And there goes StriKeR's H2, I hope. I think. Yeah, he's starting H2 and he's gathering stone now. But interestingly enough, Eery is not actually gathering stone from this storehouse next to the hunts. He's actually making a new
Oh,
storehouse on the
that's
original
actually really
one.
sad. I wanted to see that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe he was afraid he would get knocked off his hunt, but now Eery is pushing out with his 9 spearmen to the 8 of StriKeR, but he needs to be careful because these spearmen are all 6 speed, and once StriKeR reaches H2, those longswordsmen, along with the snare of these spearmen, can do some damage to these spearmen, but Eery doesn't care. He's here to knock StriKeR off his hunt. How often do you see Egypt knock Celts off their hunt in H1, guys? Only Eerie things.
Yeah, just every Eerie game.
Yeah. And there's the first longswordsman for StriKeR. He's almost at enough stone to get a second TC. But now Eery needs to start thinking about just not harassing this, because he's only going to lose these spearmen for nothing. Yeah, these spearmen snare with the DPS of the longswordman behind. Yeah,
Longswords are pretty strong early on.
they are. Lots of damage, lots of health.
Yeah, they're definitely better than the Axemen in H2.
Yeah, much more pop efficient. Hold on, okay. So StriKeR has put some vision on the coastline of Eery just to make sure he's not getting a dock. But he's not also getting a dock of his own. But here he is, 7 spearmen, 3 longswordsmen to the 8 spearmen and 1 axeman of Eery. But Eery has access to the priestess. I wonder if he wants to pull the priestess to heal, but seems like he's just happy with pulling back. And on the other side, Eery, StriKeR is opening with 3 barracks. What do you think about that? Only barracks.
I think that's pretty good actually. Although maybe it falls off a little bit later. So I guess he has to do something early on.
Yeah, I think if you open with triple barracks, you really want to put the hurt on the Egyptian player before they get a critical amount of Axemen with Axeman Champion, which gives them splash damage, and then all your swordsmen just get
And then
wrecked.
your bowmen get delayed, and you don't have as many druids, I guess. Although you could still make that now.
Yeah, he needs to put way more guys on gold if he wants to make constant longswordsmen. So you need it's a simple math, right? 30 gold every 13 seconds. So roughly you need 2 to 3 villagers on gold per barracks for longswordsmen. And StriKeR right now only has 4. So he needs to increase that if he wants to make longswordsmen. And now he comes to harass the hunt storehouse of Eery, and there he goes. The DPS of Celtic infantry is so much, man. They just delete buildings. But this is not a fight that StriKeR wants to take, I think. He's not trading favorably. Yeah, these Axemen just... yeah. I don't think StriKeR liked to see that. He lost a lot of units there. What do you think about the placement of StriKeR's TC at the top?
I mean, it's in a good spot for trading later.
Exactly what I was thinking, yeah. And there's the dock by StriKeR, but Eery immediately scouts it. Very nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just as it gets built, Eery gets a scout on that, but he doesn't have a dock of his own, and I think StriKeR is actually using the patrol command. Yeah, he is. Very nice. So StriKeR is...
so useful.
Yeah, it is. But now Eery's crossing the map and bringing the priestess too. And now he's gonna get surrounded by StriKeR's forces, but I don't think it's enough. I think Eery can happily fight this. We have 33 villagers to 36 of StriKeR, so StriKeR's ahead by 3 more villagers.
Which is one thing about the Celt longswords spam, somehow you need a lot of barracks. They just seem to take a long time to build.
Yeah,
I always end up with tons of resources in the bank when I do that.
Yeah, they do have quite a higher training time compared to the Egyptian Axemen, for example, which is 9 seconds. Like they take basically 50% longer than Axemen to train. But here comes the forces of Eery just going for everything here, and that one priestess is doing so much work in healing these units. Oh, and StriKeR is not paying attention. Oh my god, I think he's losing wow, this is a massacre. Oh my god, StriKeR, pay attention. I think he lost 10 villagers here, I think. Oh my god. Yeah, once you see that on stream, you're gonna see it's a graveyard, basically, all these skeletons. And this one dead deer, too. But now StriKeR is trying to intercept the forces of Eery with his army. And I don't think Eery can get away. Yeah, ouch. That stings. And it's really hard retreating from a Celt army since they're faster. without a druid in there. Yeah, and Eery needs to just run back, and at the same time he's harassing the dock of StriKeR, probably gonna kill it. StriKeR should just put the fishing boats onto repair. Yeah, there it goes. And at the same time, StriKeR denying a dock by Eery. So much stuff going everywhere.
I guess if StriKeR lost all those villages, he needs to do something right now, right?
Yeah, he is trying to put some pressure on the coastline of Eery, but he is behind one villager now from being ahead like couple. But he manages to defend this dock for now,
only
at
behind
least.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Eery does have priestesses on his both of his TC, so he's not gonna be too far behind. And look at this, getting a full sandwich on Eerie's army, but he needs to run. Run, Eery! Oh my god. Okay, he manages to run away. But those priestesses are slowing down his army. No druids for StriKeR just yet.
Do you think
Oh, and at the
StriKeR
same
should go
time,
for any barn hole at the moment?
he does have an armory, but no bard hall, no. But I think
Okay.
given the amount of longswordmen he has 40 plus longswordmen to like less than 10 slingers. So I think it's a good investment, probably. But he needs to be careful. This one big army of StriKeR is pretty good, but he cannot keep trading. Eery's just running around the map with multiple groups of units. Like he has two armies running around the map while there's one army for StriKeR, which is trying to get on the other side of the map. They get one villager from Eery, I hope. Yeah. But now here come the forces of Eery, while at the same time there's a small group of Egyptian forces going to the TC of StriKeR at the top. But this army of StriKeR is actually pretty damn big. I don't think Eery wants to fight this head on, but he needs to defend. Yeah, he's gonna go behind his buildings where the slingers can maybe help. But this is looking scary. This army of Eery is doing nothing at the top at the moment. And now StriKeR has a huge army in Eerie's base, but I'm not sure about this move by him though. He's just going completely deep inside Eerie's base. Yeah, he just wants to back out now. Just kill these villagers. But he's dealing with this small force that is inside his base now, actually. So much stuff going on in this game. Yeah,
The
hard to
funny
keep
thing
up.
is, like, once Eery gets to age 3 and gets champion axemen, splitting his army up is actually going to benefit StriKeR more.
Yeah, thanks for the follow, Shady Nand. Welcome. But yeah, now StriKeR is fighting a battle that I think he cannot win. Yeah, he should just back off and defend against his army. Meanwhile, this small group of harassment forces by Eery is still doing damage in the base. And while StriKeR got an armory, he never got an upgrade from it. But it doesn't matter much because Eery doesn't have an armory at all. So what I like to do is when I start my armory, I put 2 villagers on stone. So by the time the armory is finished, I can afford the first upgrade. And I think
I
that's
tend to do that.
yeah, it's the only thing that StriKeR is lacking for
Eery, on the other hand,
resources.
a lot of stone.
Yeah, Eery has a lot of stone actually. You're right. And he is ahead 45 population right now. But now this fight is going in Eerie's favor, I think. The longswordsman, or maybe not. Yeah, Druid's healing is helping out quite a bit. So Eery is pushed back a bit, and now StriKeR is only behind by 7 population. But we all know how fast Egypt can reinforce with their barracks. And something to note is that Eery managed to sneak a dock, and StriKeR does have vision of it, but I don't think he has reacted yet. Oh, I completely missed this. One trireme attacking StriKeR's dock. A second one on the way.
Oh, the fishing boat's dead.
Yeah. But StriKeR is going to H3 now. So what do you think Kelt gets against Egypt in H3?
I guess just bowmen and horsemen usually, but I mean Eery's still H2, right?
Eery is still H2, yeah. I don't see a Temple of Set being built anywhere. He's getting his armory now. But now StriKeR has enough druids that I think that these fights are going to go in favor of StriKeR. Yeah, I think so.
What's the first thing you'd get as Kelp in H3 here?
It depends. Like you said, Bowman is nice, but I think one of the most important upgrades that a lot of people underrate is the healing upgrade on druids.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
The gift of Sequana is 40% extra healing, but StriKeR keeps losing villagers to Eery, man, like all the time. He is on 58 villagers to the 75 of Eery right now.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Yeah, I just noticed it in this fight. StriKeR was just busy defending, and then just a couple axemen snuck in there in the back and killed the villagers. And this is something that StriKeR doesn't want to do. Just fighting with half his army. Yeah, this is not looking very good for StriKeR. Once this force gets pushed back, then the ball is in Eerie's court. And at the same time, he managed to take control of the water. And interestingly enough, the first upgrade Eery is getting is the pierce damage upgrade. Wow, but somehow StriKeR is pushing Eery back. I wonder if he can snowball and get something out of this. But no, he is deciding to go back. He does have a tech advantage though. He is H3 and Eery is still not an H3, and I don't see a Temple of Set being built. And
He doesn't have that many slingers, right?
Eery? Yeah, Eery has only 11 right now. 32 axemen. Yeah, and there's this.
That's kind of weird.
The third TC of StriKeR is put in a very bold spot. I can't wait. And something that I'm noticing right now is that StriKeR is attack moving his ranged units, and that's something you never want to do, guys. If you attack move your ranged units, they're gonna overkill so much and not properly spread their fire. But wow, StriKeR can actually push this back, I think. Yeah. Eery definitely needs to think about going H3 and do something.
Did StriKeR get Longsword champ yet? Because he has a lot of gold now.
Yeah, he does have Longswordsman champion actually. Let me see if he has a Gift of Sequana. He does not have Gift of Sequana, but he is equal in population with Eery right now, and he's getting Horsemen, and Eery is not getting Champion Spearmen or any Spearmen at all. By the way, if there's anything going on in the chat, maybe you can help me out and get me updated on that, because there's so much going on in this game. I can't find the time to read the chat.
Just I'm saying that StriKeR went to the toilet again when he lost all his villagers.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, but now Eery is not in a good spot, I think, anymore. The score is lying. StriKeR is now making a fort to deny this gold mine of Eery, and if that one runs out, Eery needs to take one of these two gold mines, and StriKeR already has vision of that. So I think this is pretty nice play by StriKeR. And now he's getting the Pierce armor upgrade for his units, and now it just finishes, and now these slingers are less effective against the forces of StriKeR. But overall, even though the score of Eery is a lot higher than StriKeR, I think he's actually in a pretty bad spot. He has 17 villagers on gold, but he is starving for gold right now. And once this fortress gets up, these towers are not going to be long for this world.
Yeah, right. Eery's economy seems really like
imbalanced. Yeah, yeah. He has so much gold, I mean so much stone, so much wood, but not enough food and gold. Yeah, he needs to push back. But, oh, Eery somehow snuck to H3, I missed that. But let's see, Axeman champion in the queue. But he needs to do something about these horsemen, because horsemen are really tanky, like 500 HP.
Yeah, if you don't have a counter for them.
Yeah.
I'd like to see StriKeR go for market right now, considering his town center position.
Yeah, he does have a lot of map control, so he's just eating up all the gold mines on the map. Though I would love to see the gold mine building from him. Oh, and this town center, it's gonna go up, but at what cost? Eery is responding with his entire army to this attack by StriKeR. 18 villagers here, and suddenly StriKeR is back on 78 villagers. Oh, but Eery is pushing him back, and if there's one person who will not give up until the very end, other than anxiety, of course, and soldier, I guess, it's Eery. So let's see how this goes. 180 pop for Eery. Oh, and here come the Rams for StriKeR. Let's see, 40 bowmen. Oh my god. 40 bowmen in the army of StriKeR here, and 8
Wow.
druids. But
I mean,
Eery does have 41 slingers, so... Wow, one volley from these longbowmen. I mean, not longbowmen, just bowmen, and just an entire row of these axemen just get deleted. But let's see. On the other side of the map, StriKeR is constantly making more and more horsemen, and Eery is not responding properly. I would love to see him get some spearmen out. It's like he already has the infrastructure for it. He just needs to get the spearman champion upgrade and just get spamming. But the problem with StriKeR's army is that it has no front line, and these slingers are just going to town. Look at that, one volley and boom. Damn. And oh my god, this surround with the trireme is gonna kill this entire army. Wow, the splash damage on these triremes is gonna make quick work of these bowmen. And at the other side of the map, these horsemen are trying to harass the TC of Eery, but he has enough defenses there that he doesn't need to be worried. But wow, that flank by the triremes, I mean. Ouch. And here come the Woad Raiders by StriKeR, interestingly enough. I mean, he does see 57 slingers, so I suppose Woads are in order. But Eery needs to make some spearmen to deal with these... oh, there he goes, finally making some spearmen, but not with the upgrade. He's just making raw spearmen. I suppose that's still better than throwing away slingers and axemen at the horsemen. And StriKeR is now getting swan ships, trying to fight back for the water control, and he is also sending some villagers to repair the fortress. And these slingers are never going to kill this fortress alone.
Right now, though. Kind of a weird choice.
Yeah, he needs to transition into elephants, I think. Ouch, these Woads, the charge attack is just deleting these slingers. And StriKeR has villagers garrisoned inside the fortress for some reason instead of repairing it. Probably misclick, but... Now StriKeR is starting to get some markets up, very nice of him. Start thinking ahead, and... The third TC of Eery is also in a pretty decent spot to allow for later trading, but I think he needs to put his markets a bit further away. Now StriKeR is fighting back for the water, killing Eery's fishing boats. Hold on.
Wow,
Okay.
StriKeR's bleeding away way too many units here. He
Yeah.
can't max out anymore with his resources.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this fortress is gonna go down any moment. Yeah, I don't think he can... Yeah, finally goes down. We have 81 villagers to the 80 of Eery's. Oh, and the Woad flank. Oh no, Eery just micro the slingers onto the Woads. Damn, okay. Let's go back, Woads. Let's check their armory. So, I'll just hotkey their armories. So, StriKeR has both the first melee, pierce attack and pierced armor, but nothing else. And Eery only has the first melee attack, pierce attack upgrade. So they're both pretty low on armor upgrades. But now StriKeR is getting more of them. And this TC doesn't look long for this war. I think it's gonna go down. And StriKeR needs to evacuate this, yeah. So this is a good indication of how useful the gold mine building can be. Pierce damage is gonna take forever to kill gold mines. It has 2000 HP. So by the time the opponent kills your gold mine with pierce damage, you're gonna be there with your army.
Does Eery have any market line yet?
He is. I was actually just looking at his base. He is making his markets in a place that I'm not sure I agree with. Like this. Nah, yeah. He's only getting 24 gold per trip on his
He's still running out of
caravans.
gold, but that's
Yeah.
kind of
He does have a half. He does have a like 2,500 gold left on those gold mines, and he does have one at the front, which has 995 gold in it left. But yeah, I really don't like the way he set up his markets. Oh, but we have 3 priestesses of Ra, and Eery did not get the healing upgrade for his priestess, while StriKeR did get the gift of Sequana, so that's gonna be an important factor here. But now StriKeR is running out of front line for his army, though he is trading quite well. Not sure. I feel like he could put some. He has 48 villagers on wood. I really think that he could put some more farms down and get some food in his economy. But let's just check the market lines for these guys. StriKeR is getting like from 85 to 95 golds per trip, while Eery is getting, how much is that? 24. That's like garbage compared to what StriKeR is getting, less than a third.
that could really be this like deciding factor of the game here.
Yeah, like StriKeR is much better set up for the late game than Eery is, but he is moving out, and I'm not sure if that's the correct choice here because he does not even have his 30C rebuilt yet. Hold on, my game is lagging. Like in-game lag. 1 sec. Let me check something.
It seems like StriKER's managing to hold on for now anyway.
Yeah, he is. But he doesn't have any front. Wow, that one volley from the slinger is just. Ouch. Yeah, he is now fighting the Axemen with his boat raiders, and that's not something you want to do, really. Yeah, I think it just comes down to not having a front line for StriKeR. Eery is just having an easier time stop commanding his army in front of StriKeR's army, because when both armies just attack each other, StriKeR's army has no front line. It dies, and I don't think StriKeR can come back from this. There's the GG.
Down.
Yeah.
It looked pretty good for him for most of the game.
Yeah, I think he had 48 villagers on wood, but he didn't make enough food units for his front line.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you for mostly horsemen there?
Horsemen or anything, like anything to be put in front of those bowmen, like even slingers of his own, just to absorb some of the damage from the slingers of Eery's.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, if he ever takes a good engagement, he can chase them down with his fast slingers.
Yeah, exactly. He was much better set up for the late game than Eery was. Like if this game would have gone for like 10 minutes longer, then Eery would have been stuck with this horrible trade route.
Yeah, I think StriKeR could have aimed for Age 4 as well. Like, if he got Carpentoms, he could have easily cleaned the slingers up. He already has the stables too, but I guess it costs a lot.
Yeah, let me just take a quick look at the stats. So seems like, oh, I didn't check the storehouse techs. Yeah, it seems like Eery was ahead on techs, and he outgathered StriKeR by 10,000 resources actually. So
Yeah, that's not a big
that's a lot of resources. Yeah, but in the end, neither of them picked I mean, took enough advantage of the water. I feel like it was just too busy fighting on land. But it was a really good game. I really loved casting that.
Yeah, it really could have gone either way for most of it.
Yeah.
Guess it was nice from Eery using his triremes at the bottom.
Yeah. It's always the case with Eery, man. You can never be sure when he is just going to sneak up a dock and come kill all of your fishing boats.
They don't call him the comeback king for nothing.
Yep. Comeback king indeed. So this time we're going to have North versus Egypt on equal footing. Nice. So here, which
Wow.
civ would you pick? I think Norse, right? You always want to play Norse.
I mean, I used to think Egypt just smashed Norse, but Norse always seems to win. So I don't know.
Hmm. All right, guys. Let me do the introductions again. So we have. Oh crap! Let me update the score. One moment.
I think throwing axemen are really good there.
One sec. Yeah, throwing
Also,
axemen
I
seems
agree
to
with
be.
Andy.
What is he saying? Hey, Andy.
The game should have been played on Twizzled Top Mount.
Oh yeah, definitely. I hope that one of them picks Twizzletop Mountain after this. But we see StriKeR not opening with a super fast barracks with Egypt, but surprise, surprise, Eery is already gathering wood. I'm thinking of a barracks.
Do you think Eery will go for a tower rush?
Uh, no, I actually think he's not going to go for a tower rush. I think he's just going to go with lots of spearmen in H1, and then get lots of throwing axemen, then just try and harass StriKeR before he can get a good army up. But thankfully for StriKeR, he's already found some goats, 6 goats in fact, which he can rally to his TC. So if he does get pushed off his hunt, he can just stay in the safety of his TC and gather from the goats. And once again, we see Eery with 2 villagers on the barracks. I'm thankful that he didn't bring his melee scout to have a third builder on the barracks. But StriKeR sees this immediately, and he does have enough wood to start a barracks of his own. But I don't think he is going to make a barracks in H1.
StriKeR isn't Eery, so it's questionable that he will make a barracks at all.
Right, yeah. So if you can get a. If you can not die to the spears in H1, if you can get a. One sec. If you can, Oh, he is actually going for a barracks. Oh, too bad. I was gonna say that if you can just not die to the axeman, to the spearman rush, if you can get axeman out, then the spearman rush of the opponent is gonna be quite worse. But now StriKeR is just doing what we said Eery should be doing last game, and that's just following the spearman from the moment it runs out of the barracks. And look at this. Before the first spearman is halfway across the map, it's already at 60% HP. And this one rhino with the charge attack, damn, just wrecked the spearman. Yeah, Eery now, he is going for stone now, so I wonder if it's going to be for a tower or for TC. Let's see how many he puts on stone, I suppose. But StriKeR is now building his Temple of Ra. Yeah, and he's doing a really nice job with walling off here. So this is gonna be a pain for Eery to run around with raiders later on. But look at this. The spearman is just gonna arrive dead at the storehouse. One more hit. Yeah, one more hit and he's dead. Boom, let's shot. And now this one spearman is not going to do anything, and by the time the other spearman comes out, the spearman of StriKeR will be here to defend. And StriKeR already has enough stone for TC. He should stop. He should just stop gathering stone and put these villagers on the goats, I think. While on the other side, Eery has 3 on stone, so that's like a weird number. I would think that you have like 2 on stone for towers and 4 to 5 for TC, but 3? I don't know what to make out of that.
I think Eery likes tower rushing a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised. But
Yeah, now he's trying to come from the side, but oh, that this one spearman being super annoying here. Look at this, like StriKeR trying to fight this one spearman with 3 villagers, and all the gathering time lost by this one spearman is more than worth it. But now these villagers need to run because here come the buddies of that spearman. 6 spearmen here, but StriKeR is in H2 and the first axeman is out already. He is running a bit low on food right now, but now he's sending more villagers onto food. They need to gather from these goats. On the other side of the map, Eery is still gathering. I think he is going for a TC. Pretty sure. He has 278 stone gathered already. But he's not queuing up villagers. Okay, there he goes. Villagers up now. Eery on his 3rd hunt already. And did he get any villagers? 19 villagers for StriKeR and 19 for Eery, so they're pretty equal so far. And Eery has enough resources for a 2nd TC, but he hasn't even built it yet, while StriKeR's 2nd TC is already up. So that's pretty good. And it's once again, it's forward. So how do you think Egypt should play out this matchup in general? Defensive or offensive?
that's like a good question. I'm honestly not too sure. Maybe go for like camel raids, I guess, because they can't really deal with that easily.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Like, the way StriKeR is building his base, he's building his 2nd TC forward, so I wonder if he wants to be aggressive on the map and just run around the map and take map control with his camels. While Eery is being a little bit more defensive with his TC, securing this patch of berries on the left side. StriKeR decides to secure the gold on the front of his base. Is that actually his starting gold? Yeah, this is... Okay, so no extra resources with this TC actually. He is just mining from his starting gold mine with this TC, but I think one thing that he's missing is that he needs to put priestesses on both of his TCs. Like this priestess right now, it's not doing anything. She's just running around hanging with the boys. The 6 6 spears and 3 spears and 3 axemen and just 1 priestess. But he does realize that just as I say it and puts it back. And Eery has had enough of this rhino. Poor guy. Dead rhino in our midst. Oh, and this longswordsman, this throwing axeman got intercepted by the TC. But Eery is trying to put some pressure with his forces here, and StriKeR cannot take this fight. Yeah, it's just too many. But Eery is just being super annoying here with his throwing axeman. I think he's just gonna park his throwing axeman here behind this wood line and just fire away at these villagers. But he needs to... Oh my god, he's actually going for a tower. Ooh, that stings. If that tower gets up, StriKeR is gonna be in a bit of a problem. So the thing is, like, throwing axemen are... not throwing axemen, just Egypt axemen are pretty good at killing infantry, but they're not very good at killing buildings because of their low base DPS, right?
Yep.
So these towers are gonna be a little bit of an annoyance for him to take down. But oh, and that's really good. He is just building a fortress with his stone. I wonder. I don't think Eery can stop this. Yeah, but there's another tower going down on the other side here. And we have 37 villagers to the 36, so StriKeR not behind in villagers whatsoever. But he needs to hold on until this fortress is up. And when that fortress gets up, Eery is going to be in a bit of a problem. trying to deal with the elephants, but StriKeR is so low on food.
Yeah,
He
he's gonna struggle to get food there.
Yeah, he only has these berries here and nothing else being protected by the TC. So maybe if his second TC was on the right side protecting those berries, he would be in a better spot. But look at this now, Eery walling off his tower even once it's done. Yeah, now chariots being built by StriKeR. He is making villagers non-stop though, so he is not falling behind on that regard. But Eery by now has 12 dogs. 15 throwing axemen, a couple more actually, and 3 spears. And StriKeR's force does not seem big enough to be able to deal with that, but Eery is pushing into a third HTC. So, yeah, he needs to be careful, but StriKeR needs to garrison these villagers right now. Okay, very nice. And that priestess needs to come in and heal, and all these villagers are being harassed here by the forces of Eery. Won all of these low villagers, but Eery is pushed back, and this tower is not gonna do anything for quite a while. And here's the 30C of StriKeR in a very nice spot, securing more food for him. Okay.
I think Eery should just go for like a market and walling the map now.
He did get some stables up. Now he's making raiders and horsemen, so I'm not sure. I think he can easily secure map control for himself now. Okay, here's the first elephant for StriKeR in the queue. He has 40 villagers to the 47 of Eery. How did he fall behind so fast? Okay. The second elephant in queue by StriKeR. But right now, like, there's nothing in Eery's army that can fight an elephant right now. Raiders, not gonna do anything. Throwing axemen, absolutely nothing. Harjars, certainly nothing. Only this one horseman here. So, if StriKeR can get a couple of elephants out with some priestesses, I think he's gonna be in a decent spot.
He should add some chariots in, I think.
He is
Yeah,
adding some chariots. He does have
like,
5 of them already. Well, and
that's
look at
pretty
this, the damage that this one elephant is doing to these walls and the tower. So the splash damage is actually damaging both the tower and the walls at the same time. So he's not even gonna need to. He's actually gonna kill the tower before he kills the wall. That's interesting. And this one axeman here who's stuck. But imagine, I think if it's left alive, Eery is gonna use that one throwing axeman to build another tower there. So definitely kill it. And now he's trying to harass the right TC of StriKeR, but now I think StriKeR has enough forces to be able to repel this quite easily. And 51 villagers to the 55 of Eery, so Eery seems to have slipped up a bit in his villager production, but StriKeR is also doing the same right now. So yeah, and see these elephants just single-handedly being able to defend these towers. And on the other side of the map, let's see, 3 horsemen by Eery, 2 more being added. So you need to be careful with your elephants because they're not going to survive too long against these horsemen. That one elephant is going to die if StriKeR doesn't pull it back. Yeah, he is pulling it back now, and he's trying to flank it with his flank the horseman with his army. Can he save the elephant? He does. Very nice. And now he's trying to intercept the horseman of Eery, but he's too smart for that. He runs the other way. So let's see. How do you like to counter Norse horsemen with Egypt, Recon?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you, like, would you make spears or camels here?
Yeah, I think both of them are fine choices.
Or do you think
So-
chariots kill them fast enough? Or
No, I don't think. Norse horsemen are quite tanky. They have pierced armor too, but oh my god, StriKeR is not paying attention to his army. He's just. Oh no, StriKeR, where are you looking at? Oh man, got caught in such a horrible position. Wow. Damn, like all of these elephants just getting snared to death by the dogs. Like, oh wow. I think that was a game-losing mistake by StriKeR right there. Damn. That is really unfortunate. And no priestesses by him either, so he's not healing back all the damage being done to his units here. Let's see. Does Eery have an armory? I don't see one. No armory by either player. Yep.
Yeah,
So
that's really unfortunate. Fight in the middle.
yeah, like if you plan to look away for so long, I would advise that you at least put your units on attack move. So even if they like overkill on stuff, at least they don't walk inside the enemy army like that and get
Yeah.
just killed to
Or
killed
stop
to
walking
death.
across the map for
Yeah, exactly. So now Eery is trying to build this fortress with only his infantry, so these chariots can defend against him. But yeah, now he needs to pull back the chariots. Here's the armory for StriKeR. He's coming to check Eery's base. I think he's going to be relieved to see no armory. Oh, never mind. There is the armory for Eery now as well. And I think StriKeR has enough to at least contest this fortress. Does he even see it? He does not know about this fortress, so it's going to be a surprise for him. Ouch, ouch, ouch. He is also not maxed on houses right now, so he's stuck in 140 population to the 160 of Eery, who is also not at max pop right now. Both of them are not max pop, but StriKeR is even less max pop, if that makes any sense. And 2 siege workshops for StriKeR. He wants to get some siege towers to deal with the fortress. I think that's a good choice.
I see strikers going for the, I think it's called horsemanship. So
Yeah.
those chariots will be a bit faster.
Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a good choice. Chariots are slower in champion mode than they are in PvE, so you kind of need them more. And here come double upgrades from Eery, and he did make a great haul, but no units from it yet. And this is not a bad fight for StriKeR. He does have a priestess in there. Did he get the healing upgrade? No, he did not get the healing upgrade just yet. But he does have a decent... Oh, never mind. He didn't get any armory just yet. He should queue up one right now. He does have the resources for it. While Eery is now getting 2 upgrades. So in like 30 seconds, he's going to be ahead 2 armory upgrades. But now he is pushing into StriKeR's base. And I don't really think that you can push into that many chariots easily. They are pretty good defensively, I think, still.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when hiding behind a bunch of buildings.
At least if he doesn't have skirmishes and micro.
Which he doesn't. He only has 21 bowmen, but his front line is just getting melted by these chariot archers. Only 3 horsemen left, and once those die, anything that's left here is open prey for these chariot archers. But here come the Farbuilders, and Eery has very little. I mean, StriKeR has very few units to deal with the Farbs. I guess these camels will do the job for now. And there are the siege towers from StriKeR trying to come and kill the fort of Eery, and Eery does not have anything in front of his fort right now. Once again, only ranged units, but StriKeR is wasting his DPS on this Farbuilder. He needs to focus fire the other units here. Yeah, and I would like to see him maybe get some slingers at this point, just to make sure. Okay, he's now spending his wood better. Alright. He needs to put way more food on, way more villagers on food, I feel like. He needs to get some elephants out again. 71 villagers to the 77 of Eery, and here's the first market, first caravan of Eery, while StriKeR is kind of starting to run low on gold. I mean, he's getting his markets here, but it's not in an ideal spot. I suppose if you can get like a fully maxed army and just push out the Norse army, you can secure more map control to yourself. And Eerie's now mixing in Rhapsodes. I think that's pretty good. The heal they give you outside combat. But Eerie has 6 Farbuilders trying to snipe the TC of StriKeR, and I think that they're gonna actually get it.
StriKeR has a lot of pierce damage. So.
Yeah, I think this TC is going down actually. Wow. Eerie just making non-stop farbs, and StriKeR is going to be stuck. Wow, and now the converts going off from these Rhapsodes. They're not going to be very helpful, but still pretty interesting to see. Now StriKeR is behind 40 population. And now Horseman coming in for Eery without any responses from StriKeR. He has only Chariots right now. I think he could have mixed in some Spearmen here. Yeah, now
StriKeR's playing like an interesting army. It's basically just stables.
only stables and very little front line once again. I think that's his biggest setback in both of these games, and he just taps out. GG.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
2-0 so far.
But this was a much closer game than last time. Only 5,000 resources difference. And the resources gathered tab.
Yeah, although it was strangely less back and forth than the other one.
Yeah, true. I guess Eerie just traded way less cost effectively last game.
Yeah. The long swords were really
Yeah.
strong against H2 Egypt.
Yeah. On the other side of the map, yeah, Eerie is asking for a 3-minute break. I think that's more than fair. But this time Eerie was getting the full 150 gold per trip on his markets. Yeah, much better than last time, right? 24. I can get.
Things would have gone really bad for StriKeR if he didn't already die like he did.
Yeah. Let me read up on the chat. So much chat going on. God damn. Okay.
If you anxiety's turned up now.
Yeah, what's up? Hold on. Are slingers effective against throwing axemen? Maybe it not like if you have healing. What do you think, Recon? Are slingers effective against throwing axemen? Not too much.
I don't know. I want to say no, not really. I don't really like slingers in general, though, so my opinion's kind of biased.
Okay.
At least not like mass slingers. I just build a few.
Yeah, I mean, early on in the AoE meta, there was this period when what everybody did was basically make a huge ball of slingers.
Were they better then, or what?
Not sure. Like, I think at some point people just got better at getting it, like their infrastructure set up faster, and then they just like
It's really strange though watching the old mods. This thing is just seem to like wreck everything.
Yeah. Like they didn't get changed much in their stats. If anything, I think they got even better. Like some of them got better. I think the Babylonian Slinger champion got better.
Did the old balance team never change anything with the slingers?
The old ones? No, I don't remember anything. Okay, we have a watering hole.
Yeah, nice. That's well.
Yeah, of course you say nice. Of course you say it's nice.
I was gonna say it's nice for like stable play that StriKeR was doing.
Yeah.
It's a bit smaller now. I don't think equal footing was a good map to try that. It's kind of, what did they say? Death by 1,000 cuts or something?
That game. Yeah. Ouch. Even thinking about that phrase sounds painful.
Death by 1,000 throwing axes.
Oh, yeah. All right. Uh, okay. So let's see. Persia versus Babylon on Watering Hole. Who's your favorite?
Who's playing which?
StriKeR, Persia, Eery, Babylon.
Okay, StriKER's basically gone with the three most popular civs,
Mm-hmm.
and hmm, I'm not really sure who's better in that matchup. What do you think?
I
Sakara is always a
always,
good unit.
I always think that Persia has a huge advantage over Babylon in mid H2 until late H3. I think that's Persia's window to secure enough of an advantage.
Actually, I remember a while ago I thought that late game Babylon sort of always had an advantage over Persia, but then I started making like Takabara to deal with the war chariots, and it actually worked quite well.
Yeah,
And that was
Takabara
before
pretty
the
good.
range buff, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Takobar are pretty long range now. All right, so we have Eery spawning as the blue Babylonians in the bottom side, and StriKeR as the red Persians in the top side of Watering Hole. This is a new map for anybody who has never seen it before. This is an entirely new map made by no other than Recon, who is also in the call with me. I think it's a pretty nice map, and what a surprise! Eery is already starting his barracks, but somehow he's only having one villager build it. Not sure what went wrong there, but he is only building his barracks with one villager. And on the other side, StriKeR has already started his own barracks, but he does not have his TC. I mean, his barracks in the TC range, and
ooh,
yeah, that's rough. I always like to have my barracks in TC range when I play against Babylon.
yeah, so do I. Even if I think I'm gonna win early game, like I still put it in TC fire just in case.
Yeah, and this is a little unlucky for StriKeR, by the way. He's just short 4 wood on his wood resources to get a wood storehouse, but now he's getting it because he only had one straggler tree next to his
Uh,
hunts. Yeah, but now he is getting it. Luckily for him, his wood line is completely safe. It's like there's no way that spearmen can come in and attack. But I mean, if he,
yeah,
maybe if he put his storehouse here instead of inside this like cavity or whatever it's called, that would be probably better. But
you kind of always get a safe wood line on this map. It's like a big
yeah, I mean you would know.
stretched one behind the town center.
Yeah, right. I really hope that StriKeR gets 8th, by the way, because oh look at this. Eery is not attacking with his spearmen. That's interesting. Oh, and very lucky for him, he does have a 2-for-1 ox cart here, so he is going to make more and more spearmen. I feel like he does have 2 on gold already, and he is making 4 spears and 2 more on the way. But StriKeR doesn't seem to be afraid of that. He is making Sparabara of his own. He's starting to gather stone. I think Eery is actually gonna play very aggressive with Babylonians here. Like I think he's gonna like skip a TC, second TC, maybe make a dock, and just keep making spear after spear after spear.
It's not a bad choice actually.
It's not.
There's no room behind the town center on this map, so if you deny stuff, you just deny everything.
Yep. And I would like to see more. Oh my god, look at this. StriKeR leaving his base with his 5-spar barbel. There's 4 Babylonian spearmen coming in. I mean, reaching his hunt storehouse in a few seconds. And these spar bar are never going to be here in time. Yeah, he needs to go back. And this one villager. Ouch. Yeah, I would. Like, I would never move out against Eery as Persia versus his Babylon because it's a guarantee that he is going to be attacking me with his spearmen.
Yeah.
Like, why would you ever expect him to not be there? But now, StriKeR's Sparabar are trying to harass Eery's wood line, not sure how well that's going to go for him. 4 spearmen already here, and Eery is actually going to lose a villager, but on the other side, let's see, 14 villagers to 18 somehow. Eery does have 3 ox carts, so he's basically only 1 villager ahead, but still. Eery has spearmen all over the map, just spread around, but yeah, okay. I think StriKeR can get away with... Oh, he's actually getting away with this one too? Yeah, very nice. And I think the game is lagging a little bit. Not sure. Okay. So StriKeR manages to run away with 4 of his Sparabara, and he has 3 more here, so he has 7 Sparabara. But Eery is now spotting the TC of StriKeR, and he's going to move in with his spearmen immediately. Yeah, he has 6 spearmen here, and these 4 Sparabara are trying to make their way back into the second TC to try and defend it. And I think StriKeR can defend this quite easily if he micros the Sparabara onto the weak spearmen first, which he is, I think. Yeah, StriKeR trying to micro the villagers. Yeah, very nice. That one villager almost... Yeah, he is dead. But I don't think his Eery can deny this TC from going up. No way.
Also, StriKeR overgathered stone by quite a lot, so if it comes down to repairing it, it's going to be fine as well.
It's not. Yeah, Eery needs to run away. Snipe this one. Snipe this one. Oh, no. Okay. Let's see, 16 villagers to 23. So how did this happen? I think StriKeR was just too low on food for too long.
Wow.
Yeah, and here's a ziggurat. Oh, wow, okay. So one saving grace for StriKeR here is that Eery forgot to build a ziggurat. So he has enough resources for a TC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he is not even H2, so all this time is enough for StriKeR. Yeah, forgetting to build a ziggurat. Yeah, I think Eery, StriKeR just seeing it now. Eery making a ziggurat with 6 villagers, and he's going to spot the. Oh my God! Look at this. He's trying to deny the TC. Yeah, nice. Being super obnoxious with his TC. Nice. Okay, nice. Eery finally managing to make his TC foundation, but StriKeR is okay. I don't think he wants to take this fight. 7 Sparas to 10 Babylonian Spearmen is not a fight you're going to win, and those Asabaras are also not going to help you much in this fight. Thank you for the follow, Pharaohs Avaris. Sorry, what?
Not unless he's surrounded by like 5, 8, 10.
He does not even have 810 research yet. Yeah, but so all that time that StriKeR was ahead with 2 TCs to the 1 of Eery, he managed to climb back, and he's now actually ahead in villagers. Very nice. So that just shows how you should never like give up on your game before it's all over. Like personally, in a situation like that, I would get really discouraged and be like, "Oh man, this sucks. I probably have fallen too far behind by now, probably." But yeah. StriKeR could really use some 810 by now, though. All of these low Sparabara.
No, his villagers are injured too, right?
Yeah, you're right, actually. He does have quite a few injured villagers, but he is safe. Like, he is not getting touched in this base for a long time. And now he has...
Nobody going for a duck again?
Yeah, exactly. That is so sad. Like, all of this fish here... I would love to see Babylonian players just send a couple of groups of villagers with an ox cart to just gather from the fish there. Not sure why nobody does that. Breaks my heart.
They gather fish fast.
It's fish gather rate is 1, so it's like basically the same as herdables. So it's still faster than berries if you don't have the upgrade. And it's just the coolness, like the swag points from that is enough to justify it. But now Eery needs to run away because these Sparabara can snare down these spearmen long enough for the bowman to kill them, and StriKeR already has 4 of them out, and now he has a second one out. And Eery is going to H3. Oh, and I somehow missed this. 3 Asabaras in the base of Eery, putting on pressure and trying to snipe the gardens. I think StriKeR can snipe one of the gardens, but he manages. I mean, he decides to run away. And Eery is going to H3, but his infrastructure is not something that you can like. Oh, before I finish my sentence, the Asabara found some berry gatherers from Eery, and they killed 2 villagers already, and this one Asabara almost died. But yeah, so Eery is basically going for 1 Rax, then TC, then H3. So right now he is in H3 with 3 gardens and 1 barracks. I wonder what
think
he.
he'll go for siege towers? Although it's not good against Persia, to be honest.
It's not good, and StriKeR is pushing it across the map. And I think Eery is in a terrible spot right now. He only has 8 spearmen, and he's still making spearmen. And StriKeR has more bowmen than Eery has like any military unit combined. Yeah, I don't think this is a very good spot for Eery, to be honest. I think he is just not respecting the power of the Persian army enough. Especially with that TC placement. He's even like gotten 4 gardens. Like, I think this is too greedy. I don't think like this is. Yeah. Behind 40 population, 8 villagers, that includes ox carts. And I think StriKeR has secured this win here because there's only 9 spearmen, and shield bearers are good at not dying. They are not good at killing.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing I can see for Eery that can help him climb back into this game. StriKeR just has too many stuff in his base.
And yeah, your buildings can't. Like, Persia is the ones who can push into a base.
Yeah. Sparabara, Asabara all have so much pierce armor. And, like, now Eery is making Lancers, but Lancers are not very good against Asabara. They can they can trade okay at best, but not when outnumbered so badly. StriKeR is 3/4 of the way done with his H3, and he's adding 1 more barracks. So for 3 barracks total, and now he's adding an armory. And now he's going to come and pressure this berry gathering villagers. But yeah, these lancers are not going to be living for so long if. Well, never mind. StriKeR did not see them, so these 5 lancers are trying to go and harass, but they need to come back right now. These 3 villagers, they are all dead. Have you ever tried getting the garrison upgrade for the ox cart, by the way?
To be honest, not really.
But I was
about it.
yeah, I think it's like quite okay. Like if you can get the iron wheels upgrade too, they are quite fast. Like you can garrison your villagers inside and run away. They will survive. They are gonna survive a lot longer that way. Oh, but Eery should not be pushing out like this. Oh my god, look at these armies. Oh, oh my god, this is so bad. This is exactly what Mista called the gangbuk. So many Persian units against these little groups of Babylonian units and mounted archers. I suppose they're fine, but these lancers, I mean, they're doing damage, but what good is economic damage to the opponent if you're losing your entire base? Like, look at this army by StriKeR. It's just gonna sit here and just kill stuff. Eery is behind 40 population, but that's purely in military now that I'm looking. They're equal on villagers. But this TC is going to go down.
Eery seems to be, like, weirdly housed all game.
Yeah, he is. Now he's building more and more houses with 1 million villagers though. But he does have enough resources to reproduce units, so it's like, okay, now he's running out of gold. He does have 4 on gold, so it's only this gold mine which is going to run out right now. But he is managing to hold this TC, and StriKeR, I think he's kind of throwing away his advantage. Damn, Eery holds. Eery holds. He's actually... Yeah, now he's almost equal with StriKeR in population. And he is ahead in villagers.
Is the comeback king at it again?
Yeah, the Combat King coming through once more. And StriKeR's economy is a little off balance right now. He has so many extra gold, not enough food and other resources, so he needs to take care of that. But he is making more and more barracks, so I'm thinking he's going to go for a lot of Asabar. But now Eery is running away on the map with a much faster army than StriKeR's, and sending a couple of random units on the other side. So now StriKeR needs to play defensive, I feel like. With his units, like with this army, you either stay in your base or you're in the opponent's base. You cannot just play the cat and mouse game with a 6-speed army against an 11-speed army, I feel like.
StriKeR going for a lot of stables himself.
Yeah, I like that, but he does not have enough food to make enough
Yeah.
units from it. He has 24 on wood. And these villagers are going down, but these spearmen are trying to come back to defend, while on the other side, that random group of units is being a pain in the butt once more. Okay, if StriKeR can manage to clean this army up well, I think he can like be okay with this loss on the other side, but he needs to pay attention, and he needs to have A-Tent. I cannot stress how important A-Tent is.
Yeah, 8, 10 and Loom just makes your economy so hard to kill.
Yeah. What do you think about StriKeR getting some Takabars in this situation?
I mean, it could be good. Like, if he split his army in 2 and defended his base and then sat on Eery's gold mines, I think he could win that way.
Yeah. StriKeR desperately needs to get his economic upgrades. Such a scrappy game, but take this. StriKeR has 49 villagers to the 72 of Eery.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but now Eery's trying to move out to get this third TC, but StriKeR can spot it and kill a few villagers. He's not going to be able to deny it though. But on the other side, here come the mounted archers of StriKeR. If he can spot this, oh no, StriKeR! No, he is missing a big chunk. He is missing 6 villagers and 2 ox carts on the berries. But he is still doing a nice job and keeping his macro going.
He is sat on Eery's gold mine, right? Or he was.
Yeah, but now there's a tower there that I don't think StriKeR is planning to
Okay.
push. Oh wow, look at this. Mounted archers trading against each other. They're all so low DPS. None of them can kill each other. Okay, now they are. But this is the third TC of StriKeR is in a pretty nice spot. And now he's putting down immortal camps. I wonder why would you get immortals against pure mounted archers and lancers. We'll see, we'll see. I suppose immortals are never like too bad when they
Yeah,
are
I'm not
one
sure
pop.
about that though.
Yeah.
I guess they kill mounted archers, but not into lancers.
Yeah. This one villager, oh my god, he actually snuck behind all the enemy army and started to make that watch post. But now StriKeR needs to be very careful with his army. He doesn't want to get sandwiched between the TC and the whole Babylonian army. But I think that StriKeR's army is much better at taking straight up fights than Eery's is.
Yeah.
Much, much, much better. Yeah,
You have to
Eery.
be really active with the stable play and just raid and things.
Yeah, and that's not happening. Like, this fight went much better for StriKeR than it did for Eery. And here come more reinforcements by StriKeR. Oh, and I forgot to update the score. Hold on one sec. I need to update that. a little late, I guess, but better late than never, right? Um, I'm just not super used to being the main caster, to be honest. Always the
Yeah.
co-caster. But Eery has 33 mounted archers and 9 lancers going on the right side, and StriKeR is going to spot this, but he needs to run away. He does not want to fight this. He needs to run away. Maybe at the same time he should send the other half of his army to harass a bit.
I think against that would be a nice time to have a bunch of Takabaras, like
I think
both armies
I
right there.
think Takabara, Sparbara, and Asabara. Did I say all of them? All the Baras. Asabara, Takabara, Sparbara. Yeah, the Sparbara will buy enough time for the Takabara to just deal with all the mounted archers. But Eery is behind in armor upgrades, I think. Let me see. Yeah, well, no, they're actually, I think, equal. No, Eery is behind one Pierce armor upgrade, and you can see the difference already. Ouch, every volley by these mounted archers is just putting the pain. So this is a very interesting setup by StriKeR, the way he put his markets. So this TC is only going to act as some sort of fortification for the market line that's going to go to the main TC of StriKeR. And on the right side, StriKeR is putting on some pressure with his own group of mounted archers and Asabara. And let's see, Eery also has a very nice market line. I think both of these guys are going to have a 150 or close to that gold per trip for their caravans. StriKeR finally got some A-tent. And he's making a second armory to get even more upgrades, which I really like. He does have,
StriKeR's army seems huge.
yeah, well, they are both below 80 villagers. And now he's
Just, he has
suiciding
like
his army.
enough stable stuff to beat Ares whilst also having a ground army on the other side.
Exactly what I was thinking, yeah. But here come the Lancer champions, which like basically delete these Barabaras. But yeah, this army of StriKeR is not going to remain on the map. But honestly, I think instead of trying to mirror the Babylonian player with your own stable unit as Persia, what you want to do is have what you just described, like just enough stable units to keep up with all the map movement shenanigans, while also having more one-pop units to be better in a straight-up fight. Ouch, 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 ouch. I mean, ouch for both sides, really. Like, every time these mounted archers fire, a bunch of units just fall. But I think overall this is better for StriKeR, and Eery needs to run. I think. 31 mounted archers to 18. Okay, there's a lot of mounted archers for Eery here, but now he is fighting between an army, an H3 TC, and a fortress with only mounted archers left, basically. So I think he needs to run back. But here come the mounted archers. I mean, Asabara flank for StriKeR. Yeah, Eery needs to run. Run, Eery, run. Okay. Now, do I see siege towers? Oh my lord, how did I miss this? There's... oh my god, this is so Eery. He has snuck siege towers behind StriKeR's base. Like the siege workshop itself.
Oh, wow.
And now a second siege tower is going to pop out of nowhere, and StriKeR is going to be so surprised when he sees this. But I mean, at the same time, he does have his own siege workshops to the right, so they're both going to do the same thing at the same time. But what Eery is doing is 10 times funnier, I think. Like, now he's just coming in and killing the storehouses, being super obnoxious with his siege towers. And now StriKeR is sending back his army to deal with the siege towers, and I think these two siege towers alone can kill the TC. Oh my god, StriKeR, repair the TC! Repair! Oh man, look at the damage. And at the same time, Eery is just sending his army to the market line of StriKeR's. Yeah, I think sending in the mounted archers here was... Okay, yeah, he's doing exactly what I was expecting him to do. Can he kill this one siege tower before? Oh no, that TC is gone. So StriKeR needs to be really careful here because he cannot reinforce like Eery can. He is stuck to 150 max pop. Yeah, and I wonder if he's ever going to spot this siege workshop. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Like, the siege workshop and a watch post is inside his base, but he has no vision on it. Well, on the other side, those rams, I don't think they did anything. Okay, they are here now, but Eery has a bunch of towers in place. But now StriKeR has enough resources. Oh my god, he needs to pay attention. Okay, now he is going H4. I really like that. So all he needs to do now is to rebuild the TC, which he is doing now. Okay, very nice. Now,
I think,
yeah,
StriKER's been missing 2 houses like the whole game.
yeah, he has 170 pop. And this villager has been here since like 5 minutes ago, I think, alongside this unfinished armory. Let's check their armories again, by the way. StriKeR he does not have any melee upgrades yet, and he's missing the H3 melee damage and pierce armor. Well, Eery has almost all the upgrades, and now he's sitting in in StriKeR's caravan line and killing all the caravans. But it's still not looking too bad for StriKeR, I think. I believe he finally saw the siege workshops. Yeah, he did. Okay, now he knows. But on the other side of the map, he killed Eery's market, so that's pretty good. It's gonna be a dent in Eery's economy for a good amount of time, but he is hurting on gold right now. Is he gathering from anywhere? He does have this gold mine here. Where else is he gathering gold from? Where is he getting gold? Oh, he was gathering from here, now he's out. But right now, I think what he could use is Sparabara and some Takabara, because he simply does not have the upgrades to match the Babylonian mounted archers with his own. Now you can see 30 to the 27. Yeah, he just sold a bunch of resources to get some more gold. I really feel like he needs to get some Takabara in here and some Sparabara.
If he doesn't clear him out of his market line, he's kind of dead, I guess.
Yeah, he does have 10 villagers on gold. He does have this gold mine here, but he has so many idols right now. It makes me worried. Eery ahead by 40 population, 79 villagers to the 71 of StriKeR. So StriKeR is still okay on villager count, but he needs to take care of that army on the left side. He does manage to clean this up. Oh, but these villagers are all gone. All of them. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I think 6 of them died there at least. And these renegade siege towers on the... Oh my god, this is so eerie. Now he's rallying in 4 siege towers on the corner of the map just to strike together at the same time. Oh my lord.
Yeah, Eery loves proxy siege workshop a lot.
Yep, he does. And now StriKeR is getting mounted archer champion, which is pretty good considering he is so low on gold. But still, let's see, he does have 2 archer ranges and 6 immortal camps. Like, right now I guess would be a fine time to get immortals because Eery has no lancers. Oh my god, now here come the siege towers, and StriKeR has nothing to kill those siege towers with. He has only mounted archers. And this time, we have 3 siege towers instead of the 2. Just shelling away at this H4 TC, which is stronger than the last TC he attacked, because it's H4. But still, no pierce damage can kill these siege towers. And now StriKeR is so low on resources. Yeah. Now he's just fighting mounted archers versus mounted archers in the middle of the map. I mean, they are quite equal on upgrades, and StriKeR's mounted archers do have more DPS. So he is going to win this trade, but he lost this TC, and let's face it, you'll never kill Babylonian siege towers with villagers.
No,
like, ever.
You need Asabaras for that.
Yeah, or cataphracts, I guess. if you're
Yeah.
H4. But yeah, now these 4 siege towers are gonna be a pain to deal with, to say the least. But StriKeR is making a. Oh, look at this! One villager trying to deny the TC. That's not happening. But this is just mounted archer wars everywhere, man. I think the first person who makes the counter to these units is actually gonna come out on top instead of just making more mounted
Yeah,
archers of their own.
I think StriKeR really needed the Takabara to clear the market line on the left side before.
Yeah. Now he lost his markets too to the siege towers. Now making more immortals, which is okay because Eery has only 2 lancers to deal with the immortals. Now he is getting total war, which adds 10% more damage to all of his units and 50% more damage against villagers. So once he gets that tech, those villagers are gone.
Eery's got quite a big bank as well.
Yeah, huge bank. Even if he loses his entire market, he can just make a market inside his own base and sell food. And he is also getting saddlebags, but he does get only 111 per trip, so it's justified. Um, still, StriKeR is still stuck on 170 pop for some reason. Oh my god, these siege towers are being extremely obnoxious. Okay, I was wrong. You can kill siege towers with villagers, but only if you have 14 villagers attacking it. Yep, and it didn't even die. Last line of the punches. 8 HP, 4 HP, now it falls. Okay, now StriKeR is trying to flank the army of Eery, and I think if they fight head on, StriKeR can easily win the straight up fight. He just needs to make a larger army. Let's see. They're actually equal in army size because StriKeR is down like 20 villagers. Eery has 85 and StriKeR has 65, but now once these final rounds of production are done for Eery, then it's gonna sting a bit for StriKeR. And I think this is gonna be one of the last fights of the for the match. It's now or never for StriKeR, and he is attack moving his mounted archers, leading to quite a bit of a overkill. But yeah, as you can see, mounted archers alone are not going to be able to stop immortals. This one siege tower being obnoxious again. What do you think about war wagons? Like, StriKeR has 2 siege workshops already built there, so why not, right?
Yeah, they could definitely be good.
Yeah.
I think the immortals might actually be useful, killing the siege.
Yeah. Just anything. Just anything in front that makes the mounted archers attack something other than what they were attacking
Yeah.
originally. But now I think StriKeR is losing out in this fight. Yeah, he needs to pull back. And Eery just has a huge bank. Yeah, losing all of his units, StriKeR. And there's the GG by StriKeR.
Damn. This scoreline's kind of
Yeah.
unfair for how the series went, maybe. I think StriKeR played pretty well.
I think he did, yeah.
Close games.
Yeah. I think, like, when Eery was in H3 with only 1 barracks, I think that was his window to do some game-ending damage right there, but he just sat on the second TC and tried to kill that TC, and
Yeah, right.
Eery just managed to repair that just enough for him to survive until H4, and then, yeah. Did he ever remake his gardens?
StriKeR definitely had a good chance to win the first and the third game. at the very least.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, a very nice series overall, though. Thanks for the co-cast.
That's all right.
Yep. So, if anybody has any final thoughts on the series, please ask away in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to end the stream. It's starting to get really late for me. And
What do you think about Eery's towers, by the way, in Eery's market?
um, uh, honestly, it's not so bad. Like, if you're going to raid with mounted archers, then those towers are going to be really annoying, I think.
Did he ever upgrade them?
No, I don't know. He did not.
Uh,
Yeah, he did. No, he did not. That's the base stats. Yeah, didn't
okay.
upgrade them. Yeah, well,
Worst games of my life, says StriKeR. They went okay. I just kind of didn't finish them out properly, end them properly.
yeah. I think this was a really good series, though. Like StriKeR had so many moments where he was just
Yeah.
so far ahead, and he just didn't like that one final touch that just tips the scales in his favor. He just didn't do that, but still a really good series. And let's take a look at the
Credit to Eery as well because does some nice map movements at times to keep himself in the games and
For
stuff.
sure, for sure. Like he had a couple of really bold moves. Like when he had nothing in his base,
Yeah.
he just sent like 5 lancers on the side to come and
Or like when he
destroy.
went and sniped those 10 villagers in the first game, the StriKeR just wasn't expecting an army there.
Yeah, and that's those siege towers. Never
Yeah.
underestimate the Eerie siege towers. Yeah, and also about the game with the Celt versus Egypt, like that one time that I mean Egypt versus Norse, sorry, where StriKeR just like got his army completely stuck, literally stuck inside the
Yeah.
army of Eerie. Like that was like
That kind of ended the game, right?
yeah, yes, 5 or 6 elephants or something like that. Like too many resources lost for free to come back against
Definitely.
somebody.
If he could have took that fight properly and win it, he could have got
Yeah,
some map control back and maybe some markets.
yeah. I also want to mention how much I love this the Persian scarecrow. By the way, they're amazing. Thanks to Chaos. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning into the stream. For those of you who are um, interested in more dev streams, tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. CEST. I don't even know when that is, like in GMT. Like I'll post it an announcement, but Happy Smurf is going to stream the construction of the Roman basic store for the capital city live on stream. So make sure to tune into that tomorrow.
Very
And
nice.
yep. And any last words, Recon, before I shut the stream off?
Uh, just it's a pretty good series. I think StriKER's been a bit hard on himself there.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was one of the best series we had this tournament for sure. Definitely my
And
one of
now
my
the
favorites.
tournament is officially done, I guess.
Yep, there we have it, guys. Third place finally determined. Thanks for whoever participated, donated, and
Yep.
watched, of course.
And to
And
Wout for running it and stuff.
yep, main organizer Wout. And we will all see you on the next stream. Take care,
Yep.
everybody. See
See
ya.
ya.